Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And can we stop making up words already? Can we just stop it?
This is so funny.
Feel myself getting stupider. Now, this, I don't feel is a political video. It just happened to involve a politician. But it is a pattern that certain people in the media and politicians, etc., are just making up words because they think non-offensive words are somehow offensive. In this case, we have Representative Emanuel Cleaver saying a prayer and ending the prayer with amen and a woman.
What's funny to me is how is he allowed to have a prayer?
No, he made sure he included every possible denomination in
I
there.
noticed that.
But what about atheists?
Yeah, how dare you?
How dare you?
Also, I want to point out that amen is used by not just Christians, but several other religious peoples. I also want to point out that why didn't he just say a persons? And we want to point out the real obvious thing, which was amen has a meaning.
It does. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about another made-up word, Latinx.
I can't say that laughing.
Latinx.
I'm sorry.
Okay, now I've said before, my family is mixed. I spent a lot of time around Spanish-speaking people. Fortunately, I didn't learn enough Spanish, but I did learn enough to know that they don't actually use this word.
And they would not like, I don't think a lot of them would like, I mean, I could be wrong, you might like it, and that's fine, because it's up to you. But from my understanding, people I've talked to, a lot of them don't care for it.
Yeah, because you want to talk about cultural appropriation. You're talking about a bunch of, frankly, white people deciding that Latinas should use their gender-neutral terminology that they came up with. This is not part of the language. It's not how the structure of the language
when
works.
they're doing articles about the culture of their countries like Japan and how it should be changed because it's fascist because they say so according to their sensibilities. Yeah,
so we're going to talk about these made-up words, this newspeak. I don't think it's overly political, personally, but it is an ongoing issue because I swear to God, it's making people stupider.
It is. It's like, this is dumb. Flat out dumb.
We had this happen with picnic. The other week we did a video on picnic being kind of a banned or frowned upon term at a university in the IT department. And they erroneously said that picnic came from racist origins, which it did not. And there are many, many studies and articles saying picnic was not a racist thing, but now they're reinforcing this lie. And by doing stuff like this, you're
hold my beer.
Yeah, pretty much. This is just incredibly stupid, all in the name of what's supposed to be politically correct, but you're actually offending people who you're supposed to be
Well, I just don't
representing.
understand why if they're going to make up shit, flat out, make it up. Why did they just say a persons? All persons or something like that, you know? If you're going to make stuff up, at least be inclusive.
So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 167,000 subs, hoping for 200,000 soon.
We're on our way. We're on our way. Go ahead.
We're getting there. And we're going to talk about what happened here. We're going to talk about the origins of the term amen. And then Geeky's got a list of other problematic words that could be fixed. But yeah, there was a closing prayer delivered to the House chamber on Sunday by Representative Emanuel Cleaver, who happens to be a Democrat. He's an ordained minister, and he altered the traditional amen to say amen and a woman.
Why?
May the Lord lift up the lights of his countenance upon us and give us peace.
Wait, is he an ordained minister like for real, or is he an ordained minister like he went to
Rolling Stone?
He went to I paid $10 and now I'm an ordained minister? Because an ordained minister, as a real minister, would know what amen means.
Yeah, well, okay, they bring it up here. Now, true story, and I would have been absolutely terrible at it, but I almost went to Bible college. Yeah,
well, you wouldn't have been good at it.
I would have been the worst preacher ever. I would have been worse than this guy. And I know it, and that's why I didn't go. But I knew that the word amen, and again, it's used by many different religions. Right. It means so be it, or we're all in agreement. This is what we want. The New York Post points it out. Cleaver tried to be inclusive to women. Amen is not a gendered word.
No, it's just a word.
It translates from Hebrew to mean so be it. Many religions use it or variations of it.
You hear like amen, amen,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, it's not a word that's about gender. It's a word. That's why I'm like, is this a real minister or somebody paid $10? Because a real minister would know that.
Well, this comes after, I didn't even know about this. It came after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi introduced
Nancy Pelosi.
a new House rule that would honor all gender identities.
I knew about that.
But this is making people dumber because this is not a gendered term. This isn't even an English term.
How are you supposed to talk about somebody, though? Honor all gender identities. Okay, I have specific questions about my daughter. You can't say that. I have specific questions how this law will pertain to my mother. You can't say that.
Yeah.
To my female persons who gave birth to me. You can't say that because it's against people who aren't actually born female.
Where does this end?
It's just ridiculous. I think most people would not have a problem with being called son, daughter, father, mother, whatever.
No. This is stupid.
This is stupid. But then it's Pelosi, so do we say more?
Oh,
I just love how these people are like, Pelosi, yeah, Pelosi, until she does something they don't like with the money, and now they all hate her.
It's just, I can't, this is virtue signaling, and this is kind of where it ends. Like, I understand that a lot of virtue signaling, not virtue signaling, but a lot of movements begin to be more inclusive. I get this, to not, be exclusionary. I get this. But this is the point of being just absolutely
stupid,
ridiculous. And we're seeing more and more of this. It's like, it's almost like as we put out one fire, we light up another bigger fire just so we have the bragging rights to be able to put it out.
Right.
Like, let's find more issues. We took care of all these issues. Let's go find some more issues and find some more things that are problematic. And it's almost like you're addicted to it. You have to
it's like
find
upvotes.
Problems.
Yeah, but it is stupid. It's not a word that doesn't have gender. It's a word that just means so be it. It's just a word that it's not even an English word originally.
No.
So
oh my God. Again, not to get political, but we're seeing this crop up a lot in pop culture. We're seeing it on blogs. We'll talk here about Latinx in a little bit, and then we'll, after we get to Geeky's list. But like this is popping up in comic book culture. Like when they talk about America Chavez, she's not a Latina character now. She's a Latinx.
And we kept saying Latinx. We didn't even know what it was. We're like, what the flips? It sounds like minx or lynx. It sounds kind of slutty, trashy or something.
I have never actually heard this word pronounced in person because nobody uses it. They don't use it. Maybe in Portland or San Francisco. I used to live near San Francisco. That was 20 some years ago. But I've never heard Spanish speaking people that I know of use this term. It sounds stupid, made up, and ridiculous. And speaking of which,
you should call up your stepdad and ask him what he thinks of it.
Oh, sweet God. I know what he thinks about a lot of stuff, and his opinions, being a Latino man, would not be popular with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that out there. Anyway, let's talk about the problematic words with man in them that we can de-man.
Obviously, I feel.
There we go.
There you go. De-man should be de-womaned. But we're just going to put woman in everything because, it's like, I feel like I'm on the Legally Blonde film where they have that scene and it's mocking, it's making fun of this woman who's like, making everything, it shouldn't be semester, it should be O-master. Well, we shouldn't have seaman, we should have C-woman or C-persons.
C-persons.
Menstruation should be womanstration. Or they should keep it as men because it's a pain. And we have to be men.
We all know that men menstruate too.
Oh, yes.
So menstruation is totally accurate.
Uh-huh. There you go. That's as fair then.
That's fair.
Manage should be womanage.
Womanage. Oh, my God.
Womanage.
Oh, that could be a derogatory term. Like, oh, my God, she's going to womanage me.
That's right. Yep.
Stay away from that one. She's going to womanage you.
You can't manhandle things. You have to womanhandle. I womanhandle. Never mind. I'm not going to finish the sentence. Anyway.
Pretty much everything in the house. Woman handle.
I was okay. Never mind. We have and then this word woman is problematic because it has man in it, or womanhood has man in it. Which you said they tried to change that.
Yeah, they did. They've actually tried. They've tried changing the spelling of anything that has man in it to like MYN, so woman. Because the problem, and look, it's true. The problem is the patriarchy because all the female comes from male. Woman comes from man. So their thinking is if we just change the spelling of it, that makes it different.
But it doesn't.
But it's still pronounced the same, except for Latinx, which is just stupid.
And, amen doesn't mean anything other than, so be it. Manifestation should be womanfestation.
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 That's what happened to some industries, according to some people on YouTube. There was a womanfestation, and then, there are all kinds of problems on Twitter. The Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Micromanagement should be micro-womanagement. Manufacturer should be womanufacture.
Womanufacture.
Womanufacture. They womanufacture like a bunch of false narratives on Twitter. Necromancy should be how do you say that? Necrowomancy.
Well, or...
Is that rape, though?
I was thinking, you were talking about Nancy Pelosi. You could have Necro-Nancy. That's her coming up with new words. Necro-Nancy.
Well, I was thinking, like they're playing with, like raising up the dead, necromancy. And then you have necrophilia, which would be necrowomanphilia.
That sounds like a dead woman is feeling you, and that sounds horrible.
Well, necrophilia means you sleep with dead people. So I'm
yes, I know.
So is that like, extra rape because it's a woman?
Oh, God, no.
Sorry, I was reading two things on here at once. Emancipation should be womancipation.
Womancipation. Oh, now here's the problem with all of this, though, is that all of these terms, man or woman, are gendered. So you have to be like, me people.
Well, they're going to lose their shit because of places like other countries, like,
that don't care?
No, I was going to say, like, in Spanish and French and other languages, they use like in French, la, no, like that. But I'm just saying, how dare they? They gender everything.
Well, that's the thing, because and again, this is America with America's sensibilities current year.
Trying to tell everybody else what they shouldn't do.
Tell everybody else
I have two more. Commander should be co-womander.
I'm just thinking Cobra Commander is co-womander.
That's coming, I'm sure. And manipulation should be woman manipulation.
I am down with some woman manipulation sometimes.
Because that's when women handle things.
Yeah, I like to be woman handled. Singular.
Should be geeky handled.
There you go. Too much information.
Anyway, I'm just like, this is stupid. I mean, you can take any word and I can just make up stuff. Like, amen, a monster face man, or something, a woman, or I don't know, just make up shit. Like, it's not...
That's all they're doing, though, is making up shit. This is what this is about. Like, stop making up words. We don't need new words when the words are sufficient. Now, if you've got something that's obviously overtly racist and it's provably racist, not just I feel like it's racist because it sounds like another word that could potentially be racist, but even though the academics say it's not, I'm going to tell Twitter this is what they got to use.
Well, why can't you just say so be it at the end? Why not? Why say amen at all? Just say so be it.
Well, it's awfully assertive.
I'm just not saying woman
so say
at all.
we all. So say we all. Make it so. Make it so.
Off
for the
card.
Picardians. For the Picardians out there, make it so.
Can I do it now since you have to date a woman, amen. Can I say a dumbass?
A dumbass.
That's my new one. A dumbass.
So yeah, I mean, back to your point about other languages, other cultures, they do have gendered speech.
Right, a lot of them do.
And actually, English is kind of an anomaly in that way. And, it is pretty, I think, ballsy and offensive and racist-y to tell people in another culture, another country, that they have to change their language because Portland is offended.
Okay, so they didn't decide this themselves. This is something that somebody else assigned to them.
Academics.
Okay.
Academics.
Well, if you say academics, immediately I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Academics seem to have come up with this. I haven't even heard this term until I think the last 2 years.
Only 1 in 4 Latinos in the United States are familiar with the term as of August.
Okay, so I didn't even know what it was and the only reason I knew what it was America Chavez in comics, because they kept going Latinx creator, who so-and-so. And I'm like, what is it? I thought it was Latinx. I'm like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? And again, growing up in a mixed household.
I was going to say, how dare you? You're just a white dude whose whole one side of the family's, from Mexico. And
yeah, I'm like, nobody uses this. Nobody uses it. Maybe now they're aware of it, but they're probably laughing their asses off because you're telling them to rewrite their entire language because some white people are offended.
And, on Twitter.
Like, this is ridiculous. It said the opposition to Latinx is as often the X is hard to say in Spanish. It's plural derivatives. No, the opposition is it's a stupid made up word, and you're telling them how to.
So it's a word that because I don't speak Spanish, so it's a word that even in Spanish is hard to pronounce.
Yes.
So they wouldn't do it.
No.
I can speak French somewhat, but I can't speak Spanish.
Yeah, this is stupid. And I guarantee you, this came from this came from colleges, because we have to change all these languages. You're not going to rewrite an entire language when so much of it hinges on male and female pronouns, and you're not. But that's what they're trying to do.
Well, that's not the only one. Apparently, they use LGBTQ people use Latinx.
Latinx? I've never heard that. Does it sound much less awkward in Spanish than Latinx, but the E can be applied to other words in verbal Spanish?
This all sounds like la-di-da to me.
La-di-da. Gender neutral pronoun or ella, I'm sorry. Ella.
Because it's L in French.
It is. I was thinking that. I was thinking French. And I was like, no, so ella has become popular for he and she.
But L just means she in French. It's her. It's L is femme.
Well, that's why the two languages are pretty similar. Actually, that's why
they have the magazine called L.
Yeah, but you can, if you can learn French, you can learn Spanish.
I know, they're very similar.
They're very similar.
Actually, Squeaking had both French and Spanish. I just had French. But it's been a long time. I don't use it very much, obviously.
But I think this explains too, because you're talking about Hispanic having detractors. Now that's out of vogue, because I actually had people, I mentioned to people, I said, hey, my half my family's Hispanic, and they're like, well, that means that they would only be from, Spanish speaking from Mexico. And I'm like, no, they are. You don't understand. Like, I'm not just saying they're right. Yeah. Anyway. So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
All right. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants.
Amen.
And woman.
No, just amen.
Just amen.
So be it.
So be it. See you later.
Bye.